My name is Jim Wilson. I am the Director of Web Services. Today's Skin Designer Workshop is the last in the January series of workshops that featured Email Plus and the Skin Designer. For today's workshop, I will be moving around Web Tools quite a bit, both from tab to tab and from Web Tool to Web Tool. I'll be opening several new browser tabs, and I'll be moving around a lot. But the workshop is only about a 30-minute workshop, and I will show you everything that the Skin Designer can do, and hopefully at the end of it, you can go do all those same things very quickly. Today's workshop will cover several things like branded skins, non-branded skins, access, usage, updating, and then some tips and tricks. More advanced users will already know most of what I'm covering. Skins are quite easy to set up. First thing you have to do is figure out what kind of skin you want. So let's start out by looking at the different skin types in the Skin Designer. And we are in Web Tools at webtools.illinois.edu. I am in the Skin Designer over here under More. And we're going to click on the Create button. Here are all the types that can be created in the Skin Designer. We're going to focus mainly on the first two. The Illinois Wizard is the branded skin, and the Wizard is the non-branded skin. We're going to ignore UIC Wizard. Custom will not be supported that much longer, and eCards, they're just a very minimalist email with a header or with a nice image at the top for like holidays or things like that. So we're going to be looking at branded and non-branded skins for both emails and applications. And email skins can only be used by tools that send emails like Email Plus or the Bulletins tool. Application skins are everything else. They are calendars, blogs, forms, and surveys. They're almost identical, the two processes. I'll show you the first process, and then I will point out just the minor differences between the two as we're looking at the application skins. So we'll start with email, and we will start with the branded skin. I've given it a name and click Save. At the top right, we have the View button, which shows us what the skin looks like. So this is what we're giving you to get started with. We're giving you the word mark at the top, the blue banner that you can put your unit, department, or other information in, and then the footer where you can put in social media and contact information, that type of thing. So to build the branded skin, we go to the Skin tab. Here we can see there are 4 different options. We're just going to look at the header, social media, and footer. Yeah, the styles is not important in this case. The header. So at the top right now, we are putting in the word mark. There's 2 different options you have here. You can use the word mark, and I'll show you the first option. For the primary, I'll put my department name, Web Services. The secondary label, I'm going to put in Stratcom, my parent unit name. And I could put in the URLs as well. So we can see for an email skin, the department goes in the middle, centered, and is larger than the unit below it. This can be used in other ways if you're, this is for a special event or a special anything. This doesn't have to be department and unit information. It can be other information as well, and it will be structured like this, so properly branded. But there's another option for the image at the top. Here in the drop-down, the 60 major units or so have images they can choose from. And you should probably consider what your college or unit is already doing and do the same thing. Many of them, I think engineering is using the new image. So there, we put in the Grainger College of Engineering. There it is. So now let's say I was a department, web services was in the Grainger College of Engineering. I probably would not want the unit name here, the Grainger College of Engineering. So I would go delete the secondary label and just go with the primary if my department was in that college. Okay, again, a properly branded skin. We're just filling in the blanks. The next blank is the footer information, which includes social media. So for social media in the Skin Designer, there's a couple different ways to do it. We can just add them. So if I had a Facebook network that I wanted to add, I would put in the URL and click add. There it is, and it is appearing in the footer. But most likely your unit or department has already added their social media in the Stratcom database, so we have it here in either unit or department. For unit, I'm just going to pick the one on top for now, so I have some social media. College of Medicine. They have 4 networks, and if we view the skin, we see the 4 networks in the bottom. Next, contact information, which would be added under footer. We have simple styles up here. For the most part, these shouldn't be changed. Right now, these are set to the campus brand. Again, for special events, there you may want to do something slightly different. In the bottom, we have an insert example footer button at the top right there of the editor. It is going to give you an example of what the content information should look like. If we know your information, we'll grab it and we'll put it in there. So I can see we knew like web services was my department, but this did not get filled in as Stratcom. So I would simply type that in and make it a link most likely. Here is the structure. Things are separated by pipes, as I can see when we click save and view it. Then we take care of the styling, and that's what it looks like. So here's a completed skin. You could see how this could be done in just a couple of minutes, and it's ready to go. The one thing we haven't done with the skin yet is we haven't given anyone access to use it. So right now, only you as the admin, the creator, can use it because you're the only one that has access to it. So to give access to it, we would do that on the Access tab. We can give access by group, unit or college, department, and those are probably the only 3 options you have. A group would be a group from the group manager or groups, unit or college, and department. So if we wanted to give access to every one that works in the chancellor's office, access to the skin, we just did that. Right now, everyone in the chancellor's office can see the skin that I just created. So I removed that, but then we could also drill down by department. If I only wanted to give, my coworkers access, we probably know your department name and it's defaulted. I can just click add department. Now everyone in web services could use this new skin that I created. So that's how you give access to others to use it. They would not see it in the Skin Designer because they can't edit it. They can simply use it in Email Plus or bulletins. That is an example of a branded email skin. Now let's look at a non-branded email skin. It's a similar process, except for the header. When I give it a name and click save, here is what it gives me when I click view. So it's showing that we need to replace this image with an image that is 800 pixels wide. It can be bigger. I think it can be up to 1,000 pixels, but this is the recommended width right now. And then we see the footer that has to be filled in. So let's say we are a non-branded unit like System. And I want to make a skin for the president's office. This is how I would do it. I would look at the website, look at the header area. I can see an image up here, the name of the office. If I click somewhere else, okay, that's consistent. So we want to make a skin that resembles this header up here without any navigation. We're not trying to create a web page, trying to create an email skin. So I'm going to grab just a section of this image, show you how quickly this can be done. And I'm simply using the snipping tool in Windows. And I'm going to grab what I think should be the header image for this email skin. I know it has to be 800 pixels wide, so I'm going as wide as I can before I hit the about up there on the top right. There's the image I grabbed. I copy it, go to any image editing program. This is a very old one that I use, and paste it in. And now I'm going to crop it to 800 pixels. Okay. There's my image, and I'll save it to my desktop now. And we're ready to use it in the Skin Designer. It's an 800 pixel image, and we don't really care about the height. We just want it to resemble the website. On the Skin tab, there is a header area. And it will upload the new image. Okay, now we have the header image for the email skin. We simply need to fill in the footer and we're finished, and we'll look and see what this looks like in an email. So here is where styles might be used, and it's more important in a non-branded skin. There's a very good chance that the footer for the non-branded skin is not the Illinois color of blue. It may be in System's case. We might actually have gotten lucky and we don't need to change this, but you probably need to change this if you're creating a non-branded skin. You're going to want the correct footer color of the website. So I can leave that alone for now. Again, we will pop someone's social media in. And we need some contact information. So for non-branded skins, you'll notice that there is no insert example button because we don't know what the skin is supposed to look like. What I would do is go to the president's office, and I should have made the header image a link to the president's office. Then I could click on it. Wouldn't have to go find it. Here it is. Let's go to their footer. I'm looking at the footer. I could probably put in the System's logo. It would take me a couple more minutes. I would save this to my computer and then add it in the text editor. But for now, let's just grab their contact information, which appears to be this. I'm not going to put in the locations or popular topics for emails. just going to put this. We already have social media. There's the default format. This could be formatted differently, of course, if we wanted it left aligned, but the default is in the center. So then we have the footer. And there again, there's a good chance if this is a non-branded skin, you'll have to change these settings here, the footer text color, the footer link color, to match the website that you're working from. The last thing to do is to go test this. We have the skin that I just built. I jump to Email Plus and apply that skin. Here it is. And view the email. Okay. We can see there is the header image. It looks like the president's office. If we scroll to the bottom, there's the footer. This email is ready to go. So you can create a non-branded skin very quickly simply by grabbing that header image. And every email skin needs a header image. That is what sets the width of the email. I mentioned that there's just a couple small differences between email skins and application skins. We built the branded and the non-branded email skins. We would build the branded and non-branded application skins in the exact same way. And I will go into a branded. And view it. Here's what we get. There is no alternate image for the top. This is what a branded skin looks like. Now you would simply go fill in the header information, the footer information, the social media, the skin would be complete. Same process as email. For the non-branded application skin, exact same process as Email Plus. You would go to the website, grab a header image, upload that, and put in your footer information, and you're done. The differences. In Email Plus, so when I'm looking at my skins, I'm sorry, in the Skin Designer, I'm looking at my skins and I see the block eyes, both the orange and the eye, and you'll see those as well. The orange eye is an email skin, the blue eye is an application skin. These are both branded. Any other icon I see in here is a non-branded skin, but the orange eyes and the blue eyes are all branded. So I'm going to go into a branded email skin that's being used. If we go into a skin that hasn't been used yet, we can edit it, we can save it, we can do anything we want. But I'm looking for an email skin that isn't being used. Let's try this one. Or that is being used. Yes, it is, because it's locked. I have the option to unlock it here. So I know the skin is being used. If I go to the usage tab, this is a very, very helpful tab in the Skin Designer. Sometimes skins haven't been used for years, but people don't know that. Well, this is how you tell. You go there and we tell you how many times it was used and when the last time it was used. So I can see that for bulletins, okay, the skin hasn't been used since last year, last April in 2025. However, for Email Plus, I can see it's been used today. So this skin is used a lot. There's a delete button. I can delete this skin right now, and it will not mess up anything in Email Plus by deleting this email skin. The skin won't be available anymore. People can't use it going forward, but any existing skin will still work. So if I did delete this now, let's say accidentally in this workshop, I click delete, then what I would do is I would click the back button here, go to the deleted tab, find that skin I just deleted, and then click the restore button, and everything would be the same as it was before. So if you, and that goes with any web tool, if you accidentally delete something, you can go back to the main menu and find the deleted tab and go restore it. But another difference between applications and email skins, go back into this, whoops, the skin we were just in, is this concept of locked. So if you go into an email skin that has been used, it's locked. As soon as it gets used once, it's locked. Because email, if we, for archiving purposes, that skin has to be around for the next 3 years for that email. Application skins don't have that concept. You can go in and change any application skin anytime you want because it's like updating a website. It just updates it. Email skins, again, are different. They have to be saved for 3 years. So if I want to edit an email skin, all I need to do is click the unlock button. And then what that does is it makes a copy of the skin. You're working with the copy. You don't have to do anything else. We do everything behind the scenes. But that skin that you unlock now is archived and out there for a long time in Wonderland. Okay. That's one difference. The only other difference between application and email skins are, now I'm going into an application skin. Let's see, just looking for one that's being used, but not being used too much. Here's one. All right, there is the skin. I don't know why there's social media. We don't have social media and web services. So I'll have to delete that right now. The difference is when I go to the usage tab, oh, it is not being used. This is not a good example. Okay, so for this skin, I can click the delete button and the skin will be deleted. What I wanted to show you was a skin that is being used. And I know this one is being used. No. I need an ID before I do that. So I'm just going to copy. I'm copying an application skin ID, and I'll show you why when we go to the usage tab for this application skin. So any application skin, if it is being used, cannot be deleted. This is being used a lot. That's why it's taking a while. Everyone on campus has access to this skin. Okay, so the usage tab will show you every tool that is using the skin. This is very helpful sometimes just to see if something is being used and by what. You can click the view button for anything here, and you can also see who the admins are. Let's say I wanted to delete the skin. I'm cleaning up old stuff. I want the skin gone, and I want all of these tools pointed to a new skin. Well, I copied an ID of a different application skin. So you create your new skin, you get its ID, and then you come here. Find the skin, or find that skin by its ID. Okay, and then click transfer. So if I click the transfer button right now, every one of these would now be pointed towards this new skin ID. This skin would have no usage, and I would have a delete button. That's how you would clean this up, and that is a difference between email skins and application skins. Again, email skins you can delete at any time, and they simply won't be available anymore. Nothing will be broken. No one will really be affected. Application skins, you first have to transfer to a different application skin, and then you have the delete button available to you. Okay, we are nearly at the end of this workshop. I have covered creating a branded email and a non-branded email skin. I've explained that creating the branded and non-branded application skins is exactly the same process. The only difference is we have the locked concept on the email side, and we have the concept of transferring your web tools to a different skin on the application side on the usage tab. And I think that is all I wanted to show you today. I explained how to assign access on the Access tab. If anyone has any questions, let me check the chat. I did not check there. Okay, nothing there. Does anyone have any questions for me today? I hope that I showed how easy this is to create a branded or a non-branded skin. You can do it in minutes and you can create as many as you want. And again, you don't have to use the unit and department name in that top part of the header. You could put whatever you want up there. So, okay. If we don't have any questions, we'll wrap this up. Thank you, everyone.